vegetables! Imagine getting triggered over a video game character eating synthetic chicken. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself for those who click on this video about me talking about that vegan teacher. My name is Akip and today's video is out of the norm from my casual manga and anime review videos I've done. This video would dive right in these past few months of vegan teacher who's been attacking many influencers, YouTubers, and TikTokers recently. Because of that, she's been talked a lot in the commentary community, most notably by Jaden, Breeze, and of course the one who's been grinding that vegan teacher's gums a lot and has been called out by her is none other but the infamous Pancho the Mexican Goat Raincoat. This woman is a person who makes extreme over-the-line comparisons to her vegan agenda, who has zero remorse to those who have different appetites other than being vegan. This video will go in depth on the non-friendly Canadian neighborhood vegan, that vegan teacher. I've been wanting to make this video on this twisted person who goes after people and has gone from being annoying in the beginning since her TikTok days to now on YouTube going overboard on her ambitions. I will go into detail on the scandals about that vegan teacher, of her involving herself with these influencers, which she has said not so many nice things about them on camera and attacking them because they weren't vegan, making insane comments that got people and myself included to feel it under their skin. And trust me, the things that she has said about these people are beyond revolting, so here's a trigger warning. Before I proceed with the rest of the video, will be shown on the screen right here. With that covered, let's move on to the rest of this video.
I'm at college and surrounded by women.
Mommy, the nice vegan girls don't want to see your buttons. But if you want them to play with your buttons, you're gonna have to show them your fruits and your vegetables.
Well, as you just saw there, we're gonna first talk about one of the unfortunate people that have faced that vegan teacher's wrath. This person is a big-time new-gen Minecraft YouTuber named TommyInnit. This whole drama pretty much started late last year and beginning of this year, like 9 months ago. It first took off in TikTok, where TommyInnit made a TikTok showing off his YouTube subscriber buttons. And after he posted that vegan teacher made her move and made a follow-up TikTok responding and giving advice to TommyInnit. To get a better understanding, here's a full clip from their TikToks.
Hello TikTok, I got 2 more golden play buttons today that I'm going to show to girls if they come round. Because they do.
Tommy, the nice vegan girls don't want to see your buttons. But if you want them to play with your buttons, you're gonna have to show them your fruits and your vegetables.
What the hell? Did you just see that? And yes, it's real. It is real. That vegan teacher made a disgusting TikTok and literally sexualized a minor. And yes, a minor because during that time, TommyInnit was a 16-year-old boy and currently is 17 years old at this time that was groomed by this elderly woman. It's clear as day, as she said, if you want girls to play with your buttons, show them your fruits and veggies, and pull out an apple, a pear as nuts, and a cucumber as a meat stick. And I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm referring to and what that vegan teacher was implying to Tommy. Tommy was 16 and right now is 17, as I mentioned before. Knowing that, it doesn't excuse the predatory behavior from that vegan teacher, which when that was posted, it got a lot of backlash from Tommy's die-hard fans, as it should. Even as a neutral myself, I could see that it's very disgusting. From that incident, that vegan teacher pretty much downplayed that she didn't do anything wrong. As you can see at every one of her video descriptions, it states here, telling a college-age student to eat their fruits and veggies is not sexualizing a minor. We live in a carnistic world where vegan phobia is so bad that people are triggered daily just by the truth. Now, what kind of excuse did I just read here? For starters, she didn't even mention anything about convincing Tommy to literally eat his fruits and vegetables in that TikTok. If anything, I'm pretty sure that Tommy eats plenty of veggies and fruits in his meals perhaps. She knew what she was doing when showing off these pair of fruits and cucumber as her advice to Tommy how to get girls. Also, that second to last part makes no sense in justifying your actions for sexualizing Tommy. I've heard better excuses from actual predators who get caught in sting operations by these people right here. To put this in a different perspective, if the roles were switched, imagine if that vegan teacher was an old man and Tommy was a 16-year-old girl.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened in a nutshell on Twitter. If vegan teacher was an elderly man, pulling that off at Tommy if he was a 16-year-old girl. I mean, let's not forget that there's a lot of predators on TikTok, and if vegan teacher was a male, she wouldn't have a platform as of right now, let alone on YouTube. She could have and should have been banned from using any platform since this TommyInnit ordeal. After all this, the vegan teacher made a video responding about TommyInnit and his fans on her YouTube channel. She goes over his stance of going after Tommy and about trying to convince him being vegan, but really the way she handled it was in a creepy way that will make your skin crawl. She said in her video that she was quote unquote talking to him, but it was more than talk for sure. The way she presented herself duetting Tommy's TikTok is simply eerie, the way she did them. On the bright side, since that happened, she hasn't gone after Tommy like that really. However, that didn't stop her wrath, at least since this.
What is the vegan teacher? Yeah, someone, what is that? This is one of those times where I should try and run by someone else if I'm allowed to go on about how much I hate vegetarians.
With all this laid to rest, I'm going to go over another individual that's been targeted by vegan teacher right now in this upcoming entry.
Reviewing a video by someone named MrBeast.
What is up, Low Gangsters? Today we're going to be eating the most expensive and bizarre foods.
What a bunch of spoiled brats.
So we're here at the first hospital. We have a ton
What a bunch of spoiled brats.
4 down, a lot more to go.
But here, you want to come check out your new car?
What a bunch of spoiled brats.
Here we have another person who's been targeted by that vegan teacher, and as you just saw, I'll be talking about MrBeast in this entry. And yes, I'm talking about that MrBeast who has 71 million subscribers, who donated lots of money to charity, and a genuine person on that account for making such videos on giving money away to subscribers and random strangers. Also, someone with that huge status and following would be talked about a lot, and especially on Twitter, as you have those despicable tweaking Twitter users trying to cancel him every now and then. But hey, it's Twitter, so it's not surprising. I mean, imagine having Twitter. Follow my Twitter down in the description below. Alright, moving on from that introduction. That vegan teacher got herself involved by making 3 videos over 2 months ago reacting to MrBeast, which these videos here from MrBeast all contain food. And when vegan teacher reacted to these videos, the foods that were presented in these videos were not remotely vegan, which as you imagine upset that vegan teacher. In these videos, vegan teacher does her thing by giving out X's, where basically if you talk about vegan, you get a check mark, but if you don't talk about vegan, for example, if you show meat, dairy, or any products that affiliate with animal, you get an X mark and vegan teacher goes Karen on you. Which, by the way, her middle name is actually Karen, believe it or not. But yeah, in her first video, when vegan teacher talks about MrBeast, she begins the video showing off this malnourished boy. She made a statement where this malnourished boy and others like him are starving around the world, where you see MrBeast here eating $70,000 pizza. Her saying that, I already know that vegan teacher didn't do her homework, as it's common knowledge that MrBeast has donated millions of dollars to countless charities. You could bet your ass that he donated plenty of money to those starving kids like the one that vegan teacher showed. Now proceeding further along the video where MrBeast is eating meat products, vegan teacher states this phrase, hurting animals is wrong. Now, as you may or may not know, she always states this phrase along every single video of hers. In a general term, she ain't wrong about hurting animals is wrong. But really, all that MrBeast did was eating a prepared meal where these animals were long dead before they were even in his mouth. Going back to her quote saying that hurting animals is wrong, well, I bet you that this quote-unquote saint has probably killed a few flies and mosquitoes whenever they're around bothering her. To everyone else, including me, who has to deal with those darn mosquitoes whenever at home or with my relatives. They live in an area where there's mosquitoes everywhere. Sorry, but that term is thrown out of the window when these pests are sucking your blood from your arms, legs, ankles, fingers, anywhere for those bloodthirsty suckers. But yeah, moving on to the second video of MrBeast, that vegan teacher reacts to him eating $100,000 ice cream. And see here how she talks her video of MrBeast saying to stop paying for animal abuse, which is rich since this guy right here once made a video to his channel of him buying every dog from a shelter. And in some places, if a dog isn't sold or adopted, they will be euthanized, meaning put down. In this video here, she makes a claim of why MrBeast is eating $100,000 ice cream when he could just eat vegan ice cream and have it occasionally. To me, hearing that sounds like a complete Karen power move. And I just have to say this, a vegan teacher, why does that matter? If MrBeast is eating ice cream, which may or may not be vegan, it's his money and choice to eat that ice cream. On top of that, this ice cream is simply a video idea just for YouTube. He's not gonna have that ice cream every day, especially with that cost and quantity amount of it. It's a video idea that will get a lot of clicks. I mean, come on, he's wealthy, but he ain't rich to buy that every so often. He makes videos like these for entertainment purposes. He uses the money from the videos for other big video ideas, which in turn, the money he makes, he could spend that money on people who need help and support, as well of course giving to charities by the millions, mind you. And now onward, moving forward to the third and last video of MrBeast, which is the one with the enormous pizza slice. In the video, vegan teacher is losing her marbles when MrBeast didn't mention if the pizza was vegan, which it isn't, from the cluster of pepperonis. While critiquing this pizza, vegan teacher makes an audacious comment saying, where's the pineapple? Did she really said that like... I'll be honest, I think some of her dislikes from her video came from that pineapple comment alone. But anyway, she goes on a little rant about the lack of vegetable toppings. But really, that doesn't really hold much since MrBeast just went with a classic slice. And given he has to eat that large slice with his friends, having those extra toppings will put him out before taking 10 bites. As they're trying to be this pro eater Joey Chestnut, with MrBeast mentioning his name, Vegan Teacher went to another rant on why he's promoting a pro eater when there's starving children out there, following up that instead of buying a giant pizza, buy yourself a moderate vegan pizza and use the rest of the money to give it to the hungry kids, which was another dumb thing for her to say. Just when on the other video, she said it herself that she realizes MrBeast gives money to charities. That comment she just said was a literal textbook Karen quote. She babbles on why promote a man who eats in competitions and how that's gonna make the world a better place, as if she has a blueprint on how to fix the world. Well, you see here, ungrateful lady, Joey makes a living from eating in these competitions. It's his life and he has a talent and discipline to pursue this as his career because he eats for a living, and heck, wouldn't anyone have that talent and then put in the hard work to be in Joey's shoes and to be blessed like Joey to eat for an income? So don't badmouth him and be such a Karen and how does this make the world a better place? Like, come on. Like, seriously, people like MrBeast and I'm sure Joey aren't some men who want to watch the world burn. Going back on giving money to the hungry kids, if you do your research, Mr. Vegan Teacher, this man gives so much money to charities around by the millions and planted over 20 million trees to do something to save this planet. To put this in perspective, in his campaign, he planted more trees than the whole country of Chile last year, according to this chart that indicates how many trees were planted in that country. And now this year, MrBeast is collaborating with Team Seas to raise $20 million to get rid of trash in the oceans. He's spreading awareness on this situation, while Vegan Teacher here spreading Karen-like nonsense to people like MrBeast for every little thing. Carrying on with the video, Vegan Teacher says that to be on YouTube is to make the world a better place, and that MrBeast is encouraging violence, which isn't the case, which came from MrBeast showing off PNG images of food. In my take of this, when I see these images of food where they consist of animals or made from an animal, what person sees this and have their mind on acts of violence? For example, whenever I eat, let's say a taco, in this case, let's say beef tongue tacos. Whenever I eat that taco, no way in my head am I thinking about violence or me eating it encourages me to kill a cow. It's horrific, but cows are bred as food supply and milking the cows is needed, or else the cow will be in discomfort, get infections, and possibly even die. At the end of the day, cows are food to us. And do you know who eats them as well? Let me run down the list. Dogs, coyotes, lynx, and even bears who are omnivores eat cows. To end this MrBeast entry here, that Vegan Teacher, you have no clue how much influence MrBeast has on the YouTube community, supporting charities, poor people, everyday strangers, and those who are close to him. Like every human being out there, MrBeast ain't perfect and there's dirt out there that people try to discredit him or whatever they can find on him. But one thing is for sure, he's done more good than whatever shenanigans that Vegan Teacher has done across the internet. Let's not forget the shameless things he has said about certain groups of people and to certain individuals to promote your vegan philosophy. Vegan Teacher takes things up a notch, going after this one certain individual who she went after. In my opinion, she ridiculed most of this person than anyone mentioned in this video. This unfortunate individual that I'm referring to goes by this name.
An apology video. I just want to say how sorry I am for trying snacks.
But I'm here for the long haul, Chris.
I just wasn't prepared for that. And that went south really fast.
I'm gonna be watching you. I will.
Here we are in the third entry. This person is a TikToker and YouTuber who goes by Kallmekris, and you can call her Chris. Just to throw this out there, I didn't know who Chris was and hadn't even heard of her until Chris made a reaction video to that Vegan Teacher watching her video about Scottish snacks. From what I could tell, she's a kind-hearted person with a great personality when I watched some of their videos. Also, I was kind of interested in how this would go since it's kind of the first time where someone who was targeted by that Vegan Teacher responded to her. Chris's reaction video wasn't much of a response to that Vegan Teacher, it was more of a funny reaction video. Nothing out of the norm of her usual videos. Chris didn't take what the Vegan Teacher said to her in the video personally, and in the video of Chris reacting to the Vegan Teacher, according to her, it's her first time being involved in this sort of internet drama. And oh boy, what a drama it was. So in Chris's video, she shows her personality and satire on that Vegan Teacher. Chris shows this humorous side of her, which I like and could see why she got herself millions of subscribers and followers on her socials. As the video starts, that Vegan Teacher is already critiquing Chris, and when the snack eating begins, with Chris saying it's her channel and I could do whatever I want, Vegan Teacher responded back saying, yeah, it is your channel, but having these many followers, you have a responsibility to show off only vegan foods, which is a dumb take because nowhere in the YouTube community guidelines where it states only promote vegan foods. And hello, you ain't Spider-Man's Uncle Ben here, speaking all of this so-called responsibility wisdom here. Not even 5 minutes in the video and things aren't looking good already. The video carries on with that vegan teacher gets angry and Chris becomes sassy but isn't worked up on this like that vegan teacher is, asking for the ingredients. Read the ingredients, Chris. Then when the vegan teacher finally gives Chris a check, she makes a dark humor statement on being happy about that compared to her repressed trauma that she got as a kid. Which, by the way, remember that, as that would be brought up again by you know who. Midway to the video, as vegan teacher expressed to Chris to not promote any violence as she compares the animals in warehouses living in Holocaust conditions. Which of course Chris replies to that while shaking her head, don't compare the chickens to the Holocaust, Karen. After that, Chris sees a Crayola marker and exposes that vegan teacher for using it because it contains animal fat, which is a big W for Chris, well done. The vegan teacher makes another dumb comment saying why not try fruits instead of these snacks, which made me lose some brain cells, and Chris is probably from her tone alone replying it's a snack showcase given from her subscribers and she doesn't eat them in her everyday routine. Following up from that, Chris ends the video stating the obvious about her video not having vegan snacks, which didn't fit the vegan teacher's criteria. She says to her viewers to eat whatever they want, eat what makes you feel good, and you want to be vegan, you do you, and says goodbye. Well, let's just say it wasn't an actual goodbye for her because that vegan teacher wasn't done and probably took it a bit too personal, which I could only assume. I mean, I have no clue what goes in her mind, but she makes a response video to Chris. The video is close to an hour long, but to sum it up, well, let's just say the comment section from that video alone went woke and spoke. And oh my god, when I said earlier before this entry that this person was ridiculed the most, vegan teacher not only crossed the line but crossed the Canadian border. With that video being close to an hour, I'll focus on the key details for this video. So in the video, one of the things that was brought up by that vegan teacher that was so uncalled for was bringing up Chris's past. If y'all don't know about Chris's past, well, I only say this, that her past self when she was in school were in the best years of her life. Around there, she was assaulted, had trauma, and family troubles. I'm not going to go into full detail. Chris made a video talking about her trauma, so if you want to take a look at the video, you could. In the vegan teacher's response video, Miss Katie dives into Chris's past and takes it upon herself to open up on Chris's eating disorder habits. Vegan teacher brought up the time Chris got assaulted, and Miss Katie uses that and elaborates on how the food industry treat cattle. Now you can see where this is going, right? She brings up Chris's dog and says the dog's name as if it was hers, and now she brings up on why eat one but not the other, showing cars of dogs next to farm animals. Here's my take on this. Planet Earth is large and houses a lot of different communities and cultures. No two people are alike, especially if they're from different countries. I know the dogs here in the West are pets, however in the Far East Asian parts they could be considered as food, which is horrible. And I know that many people will agree with me on that, as I know farm animals such as cows and pigs were bred for centuries in mankind's history to be used as food. Dogs, on the other hand, were domesticated across Europe and parts of the world for usage. There are dog breeds that specialize in hunting animals, patrolling with people, and of course as pets. Dogs are known to be man's best friend, as the saying goes. That's how society shaped these animals to be. Dogs are pets, and as far as I know, people don't eat their pets. But yeah, that's my take on this. You can agree or disagree. It's my opinion and you have yours. Anyhow, vegan teacher talks and targets Chris's eating disorder, and sticking to her agenda says that's no excuse for animal abuse, whereas Chris, as I heard, was insecure about her appearance and had problems that led her having an eating disorder. Vegan teacher also brings up stealing honey which belongs to the bees and making it for themselves, stating it's not for us. Her saying this makes Chris look like a bad guy here, but honestly we all know that in this video, vegan teacher is the one who's imposing as the bad person here. Her quote about stealing honey, well, bees' honey gets stolen all the time by not just quote-unquote us. Their honey gets taken away by the likes of bears, honey badgers, and raccoons. Vegan teacher then compares Chris's huge size compared to those small bees, whereas to be honest, comparing size here does not matter. Bees are smaller but always in a colony who will attack any intruders who get close to the hive. Bees and clusters could harm or even kill people, especially those who have bee allergies. It doesn't matter if you're 6 foot, jacked, and optimistic. If you get close to a beehive and bees start swarming, you're running with your tail between your legs, which is why bee farmers use specialized protective gear to protect themselves from bees. I just don't get vegan teacher's comparison. Like, how can you compare a person to a bee? Because 95% of the time, a person wouldn't even aggravate a bee. Following this video, vegan teacher brings up Chris's boyfriend and talks about her future with him, which is very off-putting. It rubs me the wrong way, as she talks about having kids, a baby, and states that babies are born vegan. Which, well, is somewhat true to say as babies can't digest meat, but thing is, babies can't eat any solid foods in the beginning of their life. I mean, it's common sense that you can't feed a newborn baby solids because it could choke. At the end of the day, humans are omnivores because we can digest both meat and plants. It's just how our bodies are developed. Herbivores can't eat meat because their bodies can't digest it. Humans, on the other hand, can eat meat. It's within our capabilities to do so. But of course, that vegan teacher took it a step far, wanting Chris and her boyfriend to be vegan as well as their kids. First of all, it's their life and choice. Second, don't lecture what should their kids be fed if they have kids. It's none of your business, just like when she mentions Chris's dog, Miss Katie, encourages to make her dog vegan. Again, none of her business, just like mentioning Chris's mom and dad into the video. She talks so casually about them as if they were neighbors. It's so messed up that she's bringing up Chris's parents into this when her parents had nothing to do with that vegan teacher, as well as giving her thoughts about the family situation, which again isn't her business to dive in. You ain't her therapist and you sure as hell don't qualify as one, so don't say this and act like you know Chris's life in full detail. She goes on and on about this that connects to her vegan agenda, where she states this dumb statement where there are mothers who aren't vegan and give their kids dead animals and yogurt to feed them, and claims that they shouldn't, but they don't know that. Like, what does that have to do with anything? If I eat chicken, does that mean I was raised wrong? No. An example of being raised wrong would be not saying no to your kid, which may leave the kid spoiled and later in life feel entitled, or using violence as discipline, which could result in trauma for the kid, especially if they grew up with abusive parents. Scenarios such as these I mentioned leave a big impact on them for pretty much their life, and yeah, also of course not to let your kid have snacks before your meals, which is common knowledge. Further in the video, vegan teacher tells Chris whenever she does her characters on TikTok, they should be vegan characters, and switches her tone, saying don't F it up, sounding all bossy and whatever. I mean, come on, most of the things Chris said about that vegan teacher in her video was plain sarcasm, and she uploaded that video just for content and move on with her life. But I'm sure Chris did not expect you, Miss Katie, to take all that commentary Chris said to heart, and I'm sure that she knew that Chris was just reacting to a funny matter, just like she does in most of her videos. Vegan teacher took the opportunity to use the words Chris said, and even said to Chris if she was able to kill a cow. It's unbelievable to hear vegan teacher claiming if Chris would kill a cow, which most likely she wouldn't, but do you know who will probably? Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, you know, that serial killer who before he went on a killing spree literally killed small critters. His neighbor pets that were either dogs and cats, but she will kill them by impaling their heads with objects in the forest. Yeah, here you are hurting someone's feelings all because you happened to watch her video eating chips that weren't vegan and wouldn't tell you the ingredients. Even though I don't know Chris personally, I know she ain't like Jeffrey Dahmer who would kill animals and people for pleasure, but here you are calling her out about having eating disorders. It's no excuse to hurt animals. Like, are you serious? She isn't this other YouTuber who goes by Pollution Entertainment, who had his YouTube channel terminated because he killed his cats and recorded himself doing it. Chris in a million years would not do that to her dog, but I know without doubt in vegan teacher's mind she sees these two as the same. And since that video was uploaded there hasn't been a response from Chris herself. I don't know if she replied in other socials other than YouTube to a vegan teacher response video, but honestly I don't even know since I didn't even know who she was since all this happened. But honestly, I think it's a smart move on her for keeping it quiet about all of this, because at the end of the day, it will give vegan teacher more benefits because content is content. Since then, vegan teacher has made other videos tagging Chris, but to no avail. Until a few weeks ago, that vegan teacher, after 2 months since Chris's response video, posted another video calling Chris a liar, and made what I assume is a now deleted community post on Chris. In the video, she disabled the comments and like ratios because she knew what this would cause. I just can't believe the amount of empathy this woman lacks. She has the audacity to continue this. After months, and this community post makes my blood boil that she thinks if that video where Chris came out with her story, which is a hard subject for women to speak out of. And so why does vegan teacher keep beating around this dead bush? I have no idea why YouTube hasn't terminated her channel for bringing up things like this in such a matter. About someone's experience. It's literally cyberbullying and harassment literally written all over on caps. In that regard, there's one more person that I will cover in my next entry. This person, unlike the other people Miss Katie went after who didn't respond back, this person did, and boy, this person did not take that vegan teacher lightly. This YouTuber didn't hold back and call her out on things she has said and done. Without further ado, this person is...
She's made not one, but 4 videos about me.
Busy playing video games your whole life that you never learned any of this? Like, what's going on?
Oh, no, she did not.
Would I care if somebody like her never woke up? Honestly, no. I wouldn't.
This woman does not have a drop of empathy for other humans.
Alrighty, here you are in the last person in this video entry. Y'all should be familiar who this person is. It's SSSniperwolf. She's someone who's been in the YouTube game since the early stages on YouTube. She's a well-known YouTuber. Unlike Kallmekris, who hasn't been in YouTube dramas before, until ThatVeganTeacher, SSSniperwolf had her controversies with other people out there, though I can't recall much since I don't really follow her on YouTube. I obviously know who she is, and I have seen some of her videos from her channel. With that said, you already know why I'm talking about her, and yes, it has to do with ThatVeganTeacher. As most of you may know, ThatVeganTeacher went after Sniperwolf since that Kallmekris drama wasn't getting anywhere. She goes after someone who's bigger than Kallmekris, who has followers for days, and the attention she got from this drama was quite immense because Sniperwolf made 3 videos on ThatVeganTeacher throughout this period, while ThatVeganTeacher here made over 10 times that number, so there's no way I'm going to talk about all those infinite amount of videos, but I will go over the 3 videos that SSSniperwolf made on ThatVeganTeacher. Without further ado, in their first ThatVeganTeacher video from Sniperwolf reacts to the video of ThatVeganTeacher grading Sniperwolf based on one of her videos about TikTok hacks. Now, as ThatVeganTeacher talks about Sniperwolf's choices of food, replies to ThatVeganTeacher's comments by not taking anything too seriously from ThatVeganTeacher, but being real to herself in her own manner. For example, she said as a kid she was taught that animals were put on earth to be eaten. Then of course there are certain animals you wouldn't eat, like pet dogs and cats, and then there's animals you can't eat, like chicken. Which is 100% true. When I was raised, certain animals could be eaten, such as foreign animals that are eaten across the globe. Moving forward with the video, you could tell that Sniperwolf is saying how it is using common knowledge to ThatVeganTeacher. She's being very open and expresses herself in a humorous way. Like for instance,
but have you ever had ice cream that was so good, so creamy and delicious? It's like they got the cow in the back of the store or something.
Later on, we see ThatVeganTeacher probably for the first time transforming into Super Karen God Super Karen. As she criticized Sniperwolf for, get this, driving her car to McDonald's, she goes off by saying, why are you polluting the world when you could just park your car to go inside and not waste gas going to this drive-thru? Which is pretty stupid to get upset about, since most people who say this are Karens like ThatVeganTeacher who don't contribute to anything, however go on with their day knowing they've annoyed people who are minding their own business. I mean, there are millions of people who drive cars that use gas across Earth that does contribute to global warming, but all she's doing right here is literally nitpicking. SSSniperwolf. In Sniperwolf's case, as she explained, she drove her car to wait so she wouldn't have to make much human contact, which I could understand because that's sort of like me in some case. But the difference between me and Sniperwolf is she's a high status YouTube celebrity, which most people will recognize her straight off the bat, meaning it must be harder for her to interact with strangers when many people know you. Towards the end of that video, where it brought up the topic on eggs, Sniperwolf made an argument where even if she wasn't showing eggs in her video, which wasn't even her own video, it was just her reacting to a TikTok, people out there are still going to eat eggs. And of course, ThatVeganTeacher is making a fuss about this, which somehow promotes violence to encourage people to eat eggs. I mean, sure, me eating eggs somehow encourages more violence and may lead me to go on a killing spree. On to another video from Sniperwolf where ThatVeganTeacher made this ridiculous claim where you must have consent before touching animals. Sniperwolf made a counter argument.
So before I pick up my dog or pet my dog has to consent. How's an animal gonna do that? Gives you the nod of approval. That's when it's okay to milk a cow. A chicken lays an egg. Before you take the egg, the chicken has to look at you, make eye contact, blink twice, nod, and say yes before you can legally take that egg.
As you just saw, all that sounds so stupid. Later on in ThatVeganTeacher's video, she makes an assumption that Sniperwolf will punch a cow because she said so and calls her cruel. First of all, I don't think she knows what sarcasm means. Second of all, if you ask me, if any YouTuber were to punch an animal, it will probably be KSI attempting to try punch a horse.
I'd say a horse.
You could not beat a horse in a fight.
No, relax. If I punch a horse, it's getting knocked out.
Funny thing is, this is KSI we're talking about, so... But anyway, moving on, when ThatVeganTeacher continued and said animals are not ours to eat, saying that Sniperwolf replies, animals eat our animals, and aren't we humans animals? The way that ThatVeganTeacher portrayed this, it's almost saying animals and humans are two different entities. Humans are animals just like cows, pigs, and sheep. Animals are not special creatures. Animals hurt and kill each other, even if they're from the same species. It just happens. It's survival of the fittest 101. Now, on the third Sniperwolf video on ThatVeganTeacher, in the video, ThatVeganTeacher calls Sniperwolf because Sniperwolf isn't vegan, since in ThatVeganTeacher's mind, non-vegans are bad people. ThatVeganTeacher goes further, saying that she notices in the videos, claiming this and that, Sniperwolf isn't caring to the animals, which made ThatVeganTeacher believe that Sniperwolf has a lack of empathy. Here, Sniperwolf opens up and speaks her mind to the camera that there are things that she doesn't care about that she should, then she makes this statement, the fact that there's people who pretend to have empathy and care, like that vegan teacher. In the video, SSSniperwolf exposes that vegan teacher on her lack of empathy, showing a title and thumbnail of when the Twin Towers came down. Was it good or bad that animal eaters died? As if it can't get any worse, that vegan teacher wishes for terrible things to happen to SSSniperwolf. I mean, can you believe this person? Absolutely no empathy whatsoever. Vegan teacher is a total psychopath, as she then accused the SSSniperwolf that she will continue to make fun of animal rights activists like herself. But seriously, the cringe TikTok she makes is more than enough convincing of why people don't look up to vegan teacher. Continuing on, SSSniperwolf brings up a TikTok from vegan teacher of her going after TommyInnit in a not so PG-13 way. I love the way SSSniperwolf responded to vegan teacher's behavior, saying she's speaking to a 17-year-old boy, not a man, a boy. Adding on to her point, vegan teacher whipped up 2 fruits and cucumber. SSSniperwolf calls her disgusting, stating people get locked up for this kind of behavior. Rightly so. Then we see this vegan teacher saying straight at the camera that she wouldn't care if SSSniperwolf doesn't wake up the next day and she'll be happy about that, which is very morbid to say, but also cracks me up because she says this right, but to this day she makes videos and mentions SSSniperwolf milking the content. Honestly, I bet she's glad SSSniperwolf ain't dead, so that maybe one day SSSniperwolf will make a 4th video, which will benefit vegan teacher to gain more attention and clout. And oh wait, but before we get to that, vegan teacher made a response video to the 3rd one. And let me just tell you, this video right here is full of gaslighting, taking specific scenes out of context. When I saw this video, I couldn't stop but realize that vegan teacher is a big coward. She gaslighted pretty much that one scene from SSSniperwolf's video of how to be kind. Yeah, she doesn't mention any of the things SSSniperwolf pointed out about her, like the Twin Towers video, and when it was wrong enticing TommyInnit, dissing on people's faith, and wishing death on people. This video says to me that everything vegan teacher has said on the internet doesn't matter or could be condemned, because as long as you're vegan, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, vegan teacher, I'm sorry to say, but that's not how the world works. And it proves as you're banned on TikTok from saying these outrageous things, offending many people. You know it will rattle their tails, but you didn't care. You never even felt any amount of guilt for posting these videos and TikToks. In this 4th to last video, it's called That Vegan Teacher Must Be Stopped. In this video, SSSniperwolf reacts to a vegan teacher talking about the Travis Scott concert, where as y'all may know, 8 people died. Vegan teacher stated why support a rapper like Travis since he gets sponsored by McDonald's, saying it's wrong or whatever. Then she goes out her video games, saying gamers shouldn't do that, giving a boomer answer, saying that gaming won't make you learn things. Now, I'm a gamer myself, but I learned many things from games I play. Yeah, video games for the most part not real to reality, but you could learn from them, like strategy games such as Clash of Clans. Then there's Minecraft where you could expand your creativity, and also there are games where you have to think to do or what not to do in different scenarios, which happens in every other game, and we could use that in real life to make good decisions. Moving on with the video, vegan teacher gets mad at SSSniperwolf, laughing at a dog getting scared by a spider, and she's acting all mama bear, exaggerating that this dog just went through a PTSD moment. Later on, we see vegan teacher talking about a spider that appears in his TikTok of a big spider on top of this girl's head. SSSniperwolf reacted to this, surprised that the girl didn't scream, and vegan teacher goes on and says, why will you be afraid of a spider? Geez, I don't know, maybe some people have a fear of spiders called arachnophobia. I don't have a fear of spiders, but damn, that spider shown was quite big. If I live in Australia where they are twice the size and venomous, then I'll probably reconsider if I have a fear of spiders. Anyhow, in this next TikTok, she reacts to a video of flies inside his car, swarming around inside, probably something rotten perhaps. And vegan teacher here says, "Aw, poor flies are stuck in the car." Yo, nah bro, nah. I can't believe that this woman is feeling sympathetic for those flies. She's over her head. I can't even take more of this at all. I don't even know if this whole thing has been an act, because if she's really feeling sorry for those flies trapped inside the car, then why would she try to smack a fly in her Chris's response video? And no, I'm not making this up. Go back to that video, and it's somewhere around there where she attempts to swoop the fly. She's a total hypocrite, saying hurting animals is wrong and felt sorry for those flies, but yet she tried to smack a fly away. By vegan teacher's logic, wouldn't that smack cause trauma to that poor fly? Hey, it's not really 100% my words, but that's probably what she will say. And you hear how stupid that sounds? Ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Now with that last video out of the way, I have enough of this entry, and we'll transition to the next one. As we all know, SSSniperwolf defeated vegan teacher 4 times in a row with common knowledge and rational thinking. Okay, here we are on the final entry. Well, now what could I say? That vegan teacher is a special nutcase. She's someone who will say whatever it takes to get her point across. She goes over the moon to try to get people to become vegan, which by the way isn't bad to try to convince someone to become vegan, but her methods on how to do it just steer people away from her message. She has this saying where it takes 100 clicks to become vegan, but frankly I don't know if she's talking about converting to veganism or the amount of videos she's posting about SSSniperwolf. This was the same woman who dissed on the LGBTQ community, saying that coming out as a homosexual is a selfish thing to do, where according to her beliefs, coming out as an animal rights activist is more stressful because that means that you care for animals rather than yourself, which by the way, in my opinion, it's a horrible way to explain it, because coming out to be gay, bisexual, or whoever is very difficult to be open about. So what is calling out a certain group of people as selfish supposed to accomplish? They are not just doing it for themselves, but to be accepted by others close to them. Hopefully they won't see them as different than they were before. And this action done by Vegan Teacher wasn't a good idea to spread your message to others. This is all on her. The things she has said about it in her TikTok is very offensive, such as in one video where she terribly sings about changing your religion like you change your underwear. That video speaks volumes as you watch the whole thing, so much so where I could never have thought I would hear those words being said together in one sentence. This TikTok from Vegan Teacher herself is a literal definition of blasphemy. This is the same woman who has said in front of the camera in one of her YouTube videos, specifically on TommyInnit, Insane Fans, she states that if you believe in heaven, she claims heaven is for good people like her because she's vegan. I mean, does she not know that God gave Moses a heads up that quails would be on his way for him and the people he was with? Traveling in a desert with no food around, or giving quail to eat on? Oh yeah, those desperate people aren't going to heaven because they had quail. What a foolish statement from her. Looking back to this same TikTok, look at this image of her from that same TikTok. You can see the zero amount of guilt from her face, knowing she's going to upload this TikTok. That's going to offend many people's religion. At this point, I could see she's not only doing this for this attention seeking, more so is to give no remorse to YouTubers and people alike who don't share the same beliefs as her. People like Vegan Teacher will see humans who aren't vegan as animal abusers, even if they happen to be the everyday nice and genuine people like MrBeast, Dr. Mike, Kallmekris, etc. These that I mentioned are great people but not perfect. By any means, no one is. Even Vegan Teacher herself. Dr. Mike is a professional doctor who helps and treats his patients to get better. MrBeast brings harmony with his generous donations. And Chris, with her personality, brings laughter and comfort to her fans. But yet, because their diets are different from Vegan Teacher, that alone makes them bad people, apparently. Vegan Teacher calls them evil people who promote violence, but yet if you compare them to actual evil menaces to society like Jeffrey Dahmer, who impaled dogs, and there's another famous killer who goes by Ted Bundy, who killed women when they don't give him satisfaction, and who has tortured animals and pets in the past. If you go back to Vegan Teacher's philosophy of paying for the murder of animals, these psycho killers did it for free without pay to torture these animals. It doesn't matter what age they were when they did it. These guys had no morals to anyone or any who, not even to themselves. Evil and humans are known as psychopaths. If these YouTubers were psychopaths, would MrBeast, who donates millions to charity, mean he lacks empathy? Does SSSniperwolf and Chris pretend to care about their loved ones and people in their circle? And is TommyInnit a manipulative person in his relationship with other Minecraft YouTubers? The short answer to these claims is no. No one show off any traits of being a psychopath. I'm gonna be honest, that Vegan Teacher does not deserve a platform here on YouTube. The fact that it seems she wants to convince people to be vegan, and even their dogs, which by the way, Vegan Teacher mentioned she believes that animals should have rights, much like us humans, which means by that logic, a dog or any pet in general has the right to choose if it wants to be vegan or not. If Vegan Teacher really cares about convincing people to become vegan in her videos to be more level-headed and reasonable, that way people will actually be convinced to want to become vegan, apologize to these YouTubers, and own up to your out-of-reach methods by doxing and obviously nitpicking on the action of these YouTubers that want nothing to do with you whatsoever, and especially the ones you went after who will never ever do a collaboration with you from the way you went after them. Instead of doing this nonsense to cause a lot of drama to expose your channel out there, why not have your videos be more welcoming to influence others how to be vegan, as so by recommend recipes that helps transition to become vegan, what websites to go to for further research, and give your experience on how to stick to a vegan diet plan. You see how easy I just came up with that? So if she's watching this, if Vegan Teacher is watching this video, change your ways. If she continues this only approach on spreading her message, then I'll say again that she must be the platform for her horrendous speech and actions that she hasn't taken account for. To make believe that these YouTubers did something wrong when Vegan Teacher is taking their videos out of context and dismisses them as people who have no care in the world, Vegan Teacher knows what she's been doing. She's unapologetic for her outlying actions. To give a quick example, here Chris made a comment to her fans after making a video reacting to Vegan Teacher to not send hate, which is a smart and wise thing for her to say. Yeah, well, we all know what happened after that. Vegan Teacher used this as an opportunity, using Chris's warm personality to her advantage for her own YouTube agenda. She couldn't reframe herself to use Chris as no more than a stepping stool for her channel to grow. To add on to this, and as all of us know, a popular quote that follows, listen to your elders because they have wisdom and decision-making experience. Well, to be frank, despite her old age, Vegan Teacher totally drew all of that out of the window by showing no compassion and empathy to the people she went after. If you ask me, she needs to take a bite off of that sympathy fruit, if you catch my drift. Also, all of us don't know what these people go through when the camera is not on them. At the end of the day, these YouTubers, just like us people, have to deal with something called life. Life is very tough on everyone, and people like Vegan Teacher chow down on them, whether they choose to acknowledge them or not. There's already a lot of things going on the internet, as well as around the world, and spreading hate about others should never be an option to send your message, which is something Vegan Teacher needs to work on. But at this stage, do you think she has gone to the point of no return, where we could bring up that famous quote, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks"? We have to see unless her channel finally gets taken down for obvious reasons during her time on this platform. But until that happens, I'll be ending it off here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, like this video. And if you want to subscribe to this channel for more content such as this in the near future, follow my Twitter at Akip down in the description below. See y'all later on my next video. Take care, and later everyone, Akip is leaving the building.